Thank you so much, everyone, for joining in. We'll just wait for 2 more minutes. Few more people are joining, and then we can start. Very good morning. Jignesh, can you hear me? So, sir, I think we can start. The rest of the people will join when they'll get time, maybe in a couple of minutes. So we can start.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
So, welcome to all of you. Good morning to all of you. I'm Samat Bharadwaj. I'm speaking to you from Bangalore right now. Today, we have a program which is more of an interactive nature than of extempore, I should say. So, I would like to know my audiences over here if they can introduce themselves for at least a minute for me to actually set the pitch of this discussion. Somebody can start from anywhere. And just 1 minute brief about yourself.
Okay, I request everyone to please turn on their cameras and please introduce themselves. Maybe we can start from Akash. Akash, can we hear something from you?
Hello, sir. Good morning. Sir, I am audible to you?
Yes, yes, please carry on.
Okay. Sir, this is Chartered Accountant Akash Mehrotra from Lucknow itself.
Fantastic, great.
Sir, anything else you would like to know?
Whatever you would like to say to the audiences, that is your choice. So,
Sure.
very good.
Okay.
Others?
Maybe Akash, you can tell us something about your experience.
Okay, all right. Sir, I am a practicing chartered accountant in Lucknow since last year. Last year, I have qualified my course, and I joined Sonali ji after that for with Evoke India to work with and take the training session programs. Earlier, I have done many training programs and seminars also, and in Lucknow, I was the vice chairman. I led SICASA. It is a Central India Chartered Accountant Student Association as a vice chairman of the SICASA in 2018. It is a student union of the CA students of Lucknow chapter. I have qualified my graduation in 2018. Okay, sir. Thank you.
Great, fantastic.
Thank you, Akash. Govindji, can we hear something from you?
Yeah, am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Myself, Govind Mishra from Lucknow. I am coordinator in Evoke India. And my previous experience is this: I'm a retired chief manager from Punjab National Bank.
Fantastic, great, sir. It's an honor for me to speak to you, in fact. Great.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Kadir, can you hear me? Kadir ji, आपको आवाज आ रही है? I guess he cannot hear me. Okay, Jignesh, अगर आपको आवाज आ रही है तो please can you turn on your camera and speak something?
Hello, good morning.
Good morning.
I'm Jignesh Patel from Gujarat, Gandhinagar, and currently I'm a CA inter student. Someone in our foundation, like he's if you know Dharmendra Sharma sir, he recommending me to join this seminar. So I'm here.
Okay, thank you so much. Arun, can we have your introduction? Maybe you can turn on your camera so that we can even have a... Thank you so much, sir.
Good morning. I am a retired Air Force officer with around 35 years plus service in administrative branch, and presently just working at home only.
Great.
Thank you so much, sir.
Thank you so much, sir. Great.
Thank you for joining. Okay, apart from that, we have some internal trainers also who are like traveling, so they might not be able to introduce themselves. Hari, can we have your introduction?
Yeah, sure. Hi all, good morning. I'm Harigarasan from Tamil Nadu. I have around 10 years of experience in banking and trading. Currently, I'm working in a teleperformance in the UK banking sector.
Great. Thank you, Hari.
Okay.
Thank you.
And Shalini ma'am, can you hear me?
Yes, good morning, Sonali ma'am.
Hello, ma'am.
Is it okay that I don't switch on the camera?
Yeah, it's fine. You can introduce yourself.
Namaste to all. I'm Shalini and I'm privileged to work with Avok India. In past few months, I've taken a few trainings also, IAPs, I mean, and I'm really happy doing this. By profession, I'm a designer. I have done my post-graduation from NIFT. I was working as a designer, but then due to family and all this, I had to move down to Lucknow and then I stopped my career. Then I had a small venture, but COVID ate it all. And now I'm so happy that I am working with Avok India. Thank you.
Thank
you so much, Shalini ma'am. Sonu sir, I think we had the introduction.
Yeah, fair enough. Yeah, so thank you and welcome to all of you. Myself is Sanath Bharadwaj and I am from Bangalore right now, speaking to all of you. So this is not something which I should say that's a training program. It's a more of an interaction program where we shall be speaking and sharing. I will say you my input, what I have learned from this, training programs that I conduct normally. The first thing is for any speaker is inhibition. When you're a public speaker, the first thing that you have to say, that is your inhibition. Now, we should say in a simple word, aapko besharam honi parti hai. Now, the moment I say this, no, at times it's little uncomfortable for me, little uncivilized for me to be shameless before you. No, the moment you become too modest or you get commanded by the audience or by the organizer, no, then you will not be able to deliver your best. So you should draw a line that this is your area, this is your domain, and then within the protection line of that, you are going to be the best speaker. So the first thing I always say to the persons, or I should say to myself, is that you set all the inhibition that you have when you speak to somebody. You are the master when you're speaking. That is what you have to realize. That's number one. Number two is appearance, of course. I will not say it should be very, very gorgeous and very, very sophisticated and all that. It should be pleasant. It should be that somebody should feel approachable to you. Now, neither it should be something which is so artificial in nature that the audience may start having some different view about you and all. So be careful when you are going for some kind of appearance. I have seen speakers without having tie and bow in any public information in the corporate sector also. They are comfortable over there. So it is something that is our attire. We have to design and develop it according to our comfort level, and you should be comfortable. This much only I have felt is the need of appearance wise, as you see. Now, once you start your program, the first 10 minutes is the challenge, or first 5 minutes is the challenge. This is the time actually when you are engaging, you are getting scrutinized by the audience. And in fact, you are also scrutinizing the audience. Both ways is happening. So first 5 minutes, 10 minutes is very, very challenging time. Now, what I felt is that if you have a new crowd, means the crowd which you have never seen earlier, it's going to be very, very challenging. But if the crowd is repetitive in the nature, they know you, or rather you know them also, their background, their profile, their inclination, their ability to listen to you and all. Then it becomes a little easier for you to connect it. So what is connect? How early you are able to connect with the crowd. Now, there are many ways through which people design it. How I do, I can tell you my best. I ensure that I reach the venue 5 minutes before the program that begins. This I always do. Why? In the first 5-10 minutes, naturally, nobody knows you if it is a new crowd, because everybody is there, at least you are unknown to them. It is time for you to watch who are among the audience is going to be somebody who is a troublemaker. You will find some leaders over there. In every meeting, in every physical program I'm talking about, in every physical program, you will see 2 or 3 persons, they come there for some nuisance value. And you have to identify them as early as possible, nip them in the butt. You should not ensure that they command the program. How I do is that I always ensure that I reach 5-10 minutes before that. I silently watch them who all are leading the gossip and all, and there will find the energy level of the different people, how they are engaging with the crowd audiences, somebody sitting quietly, somebody are speaking to others and all. And they may have also some kind of ulterior motive that you might come to know. That also happens sometimes. Even this background, once you start the program, you're a little more prepared. That is the way I do it, but then it's up to all of us to design how actually we all want to pursue. That's one thing. One problem comes in the online mode. When you go into the online mode, the problem is that no people will not like to speak to you because they are in the home. They are in the home. Neither they will like to speak to you, nor they will switch on their camera, and they will not interact with you. But of course, interaction becomes really difficult because you know the bandwidth and the time, like your speech reaching to them, and then his response and all. That becomes a quite troublesome. But still, when you are speaking in an online mode, ensure that you make your audience to at least present once in a program, at least for 30 seconds. That brings them into the program. Now you can say, what if everybody is switching off the camera and sitting silently in the home, whether he's listening to me or not listening to me? This is a place where you have to be disinterested. If you start thinking the way audience is behaving to you, you will get impacted. Your flow will get impacted. This is something where I say you are the champion, you are the master of your own. You have come to deliver a program, you deliver your program. Because nobody is interacting to you. I will say, I remember one of the programs that I was doing for the doctors. And doctors program, I will say 2 programs I remember in last 8 years or 9 years of my training curriculum. The 2 programs I remember always. The worst program that I have done, paid handsomely, but worst program. One was for the doctors and one was for the Citibank's wealth managers. In both the program, the fellow doctors started their this drink in just the first 5 minutes only. And the same happened with the wealth, the Citibank and wealth guys. They had come for recreation, and it was transferred into some kind of training program. So they had come with a recreation mind. So mindset was different. Now I had to carry for 1 hour because I was getting some money for that. So I decided, okay, let nobody listen. If I go and say, organizer, why you are distributing this drink and all, he will say, sir, this is my audience. Sorry for today, if it is, but then you have to carry on like this only. They will say like that because in corporate, nobody is bothered about how great you are there and all. That day is your job, audience job is audience job. You will not find at some point of time very, very interactive, responsive kind of audiences. You should always be careful when you are interacting the program. Of course, 50%, 60% program, you will find people are not even responsive. They will not even listen to you. That is also a fact. So a speaker should not feel like that he is going to involve and he's going to get interaction from everybody. You have to give them comfort. Not all of them come to listen to us. Some of them come to listen to us. Some of them come to make a nuisance value over there. Some of them come for having a disinterested view. You have to keep yourself separate out of all these things. You carry on with the program. Now, when you're carrying on with the program, initially I had a lot of inhibition about myself. Can I be a speaker? Number 1. Number 2, if in my audience, suppose somebody who has got a very longer experience, like we have here, 2 gentlemen here, he has a quite more experience than me, probably I can think of. Remember one thing, you have come with some kind of preparation transcript on the speech that you are going to deliver. Normally, we do not go extempore. Normally, I will say, of course, once you deliver 100 program, 200 program, then anytime you may be called and you can go extempore also. But at least in a mind also, you have transcript ready with you. But normally, if you are going for some program, at least 5 minutes of transcript preparation, whether you write it and then you realize this, or you can think in your mind and realize that also. Both way fine. If you are experienced, probably you will think and you will realize, yeah, I got a transcript. But if you are not experienced, probably you will write and then actually you will decide, yeah, this is my transcript. But anyway, one should have some preparation. Once you have decided the transcript, get a control on your words, sentences, little bit of grammar, sequence of sentences, meaning of the sentences, and that's all. Thereafter, it's the audience, their desire, whether they have a willingness to listen to you or not, that is their desire. I always think is that I cannot change my audience. Very difficult, especially if you're doing online. Forget it that you can change the audience. Okay, offline you have some control. You can ask them question, can make them in little tight position to sit, make them to listen also because you're asking them question. That's a little intimidating style also. But in online, of course, it's very difficult. So in offline, the control is always on the words, your sentences, your delivery, your transcript, and the meaning of all what you are going to carry on. That's basically the way you pursue. The beginning, how you carry it, and then how to close it. While closing, I remember, see, I do program basically where I get paid by the corporates. So it's a very difficult job. For all of us, it's a very difficult job. Why? Corporate will pay us only when the audience goes back home with some kind of mental satisfaction. If they become mentally fatigued over here while listening to you, they will say it was thankless to come over here, and the organizer will not call you next time as a speaker, and then they are going to lose your revenue as well. So while you are closing, remember, you have to close at a very finer, at a very high note, at a very memorable note, so that the person who is going back should go with one punchline at least. Now, how to design that punchline, how to design that moment actually when he gets involved? No, there are many ways through which you can think of. Some crowds can participate, some crowd cannot participate. I remember in one program I was doing in Asansol, very passive. Nobody even uttered a single word in almost 1.5 or 90 minutes program, not a single word. And I was thinking that no, I'm going to close my program. My organizer, no person who has called me, he must be feeling bad, no, because he has spent nearly 1 lakh rupees on his foods and other thing, hotel arrangement and all, my expenditure and all. And on 1 lakh rupees, he does not get a single sentence a response from them. Then I felt, okay, let us have a time that everybody would like to share the days. Everybody wants to share and tell about himself. Everybody likes, whether he says or not, that's a different issue, but everybody likes. I said, no, in the end, I will say the first, second, third, the best mobilizer of the fund, which was not in the agenda of the program. I said the first, second, third are going to be given felicitation over here. So among them, please, either you claim that I am the one who has mobilized the best business in the last 1 quarter, or somebody can recommend the first, second, third. And suddenly I felt, because when you give somebody something, no, then people will come in you to accept it. And then say, okay, I will get at least some kind of felicitation. Then people say, yeah, he has done better business. No, he has done better business. No, he was doing better business. And then crowd suddenly became, that's a participation. Now, why it is so important to mention this is that, no, initially when you go for a new kind of audience, a new kind of client, no, you do not know what kind of client. At some point of time, no, in fact, you ask your organizer, what is the kind of audience I'm going to meet, and they themselves do not have any clue. They are not who can read the mind, so they will not be able to give you the proper feedback as well. So during the course of program, by the time it ends the program, you should be in complete control of the audience. And the close of the program should be at a very, very high note. High note means that you should be able to give something, some statement, some felicitation is fantastic, or some kind of that you allow them to share. I remember one person was a union leader. And he said, sir, I want to speak something to the audience. I said, please come and have a speak, but only 2 minutes, not more than 2 minutes. Control them. Otherwise, they will go on, and then your days is somebody is there. So whatever ways you find it little convenient to you, that is the way one should nurture and one should close the program. That is the part of the program that you have. Nowadays, the training programs are mostly of 3-4 types that I should say. One, actually, when you are addressing students. This is something where you have to just ensure a discipline, because the gap of learning between a student and the faculty is extremely high. My understanding is maybe a little different. You may have a different view. I agree with that. But I see, if you go to any colleges and the students know, they hardly have any understanding about the area actually I am dealing into, finance, capital market, mutual fund. In this area, the learning side is extremely poor, pathetic. And if you want to further bring them into control, that is a word called discipline. No, just ask them few questions and they will keep silent because you have asked them questions. So when you have a student group, actually we have to just discipline them, not to that you have to get intimidated because of their knowledge and other things. That part is gone. You have a one where you have a corporates. Corporate means bankers, bank employees, mutual fund employees, insurance advisors, mutual fund distributors. These are the basically professional bodies. Professional group, they also come, and there's a very well-paid program. In there, you get a lot of money. In this program, I always say is that go with the full preparation. Not because that you're getting money. That's also a very big factor, because the best of the money will come from the corporate program. Because that there's a word of mouth advertisement in this segment. If you speak good in this program, you are going to be the hit. And in this program, the content topic, you have to stick to that, because any deviation and all does not matter, does not bring any attention from their side. So this is the area where I feel is that one should be a little more prepared. The third is, when you go for the regulators program, like NSC program, BSc, NSC, BSc is not regulated, but anyway, very close to somebody called, no, like at least they are SRO. If they are not regulated, they are SRO. So if NSC, BSc, NISM, SEBI, these programs, no, these programs are copycat. Do not innovate, experiment in these programs. You are given a transcript, some presentation, could be 10-year-old presentation, 10-year-old data, but say, yes, sir, it is fine. Because those guys in power, no, they will not listen to you anything. Because they're in power, no, arrogance of power is so much that even if you give them the nice suggestion, they will say, oh, this is stupid, man, do not call him next time. Simple. It will not come to you directly, it will come to you through Avok India or from some India and all. So for program of regulator, no, just close your eye and ear. Whatever they've given you, just explain them. If you want to some deviation, ensure that you are not going to run down the NSC, BSc and NISM and SEBI. The moment you run down their presentation, even if they were, like I remember one of the presentation of NISM, they were explaining what wealth tax. So it must be some 10-year-old slide. The wealth tax in India was removed some a decade back. So I said, how to explain this? The guys will get the impression that there's a wealth tax. Now, while you're doing that, you have to explain wealth tax. There used to be wealth tax. And you cannot run it down to say that, look here, these guys are not updated. This also you cannot say, so you have to balance it. Ensure that, especially when in the audience, somebody from NSC, BSc, and NISM is sitting there, you do not run them down. They are having very, very high ego, and in that case, they will not call you next time. That's the third type of I say. And fourth is basically, which is something which is very difficult for me to classify. They can be like investor awareness program, all kind of investors, no control investment. I remember some time back there was a program by the Hindu newspaper in South, in Madras, and they called their some readers, those who were their customers, they called them. It was sponsored by certain AMC. All guys were some 70-year-olds, 65-year-olds. All they had passed their prime. They have now no interest left about learning investments because either they had a lot of money or they had no intent to make money. Either way is fine. So you look at them, they are very placid, passive kind of crowd, and then it's okay. That's a different style of your delivery. Next time could be that you will get a very, very vibrant crowd. It's possible, could be there. I remember a program of NSC. Audience, they all came. I reached there 5 minutes before the program. I was listening to them. Those guys were saying, okay, NSC, they're arranging this program. So all those who were there, they are all loser in the trading market. So they came with a mindset that this guy, the person who is coming to deliver on behalf of NSC, we are going to grill them. To tell them that, look here, you have created something which is a bogus system where we all have lost money. Vindictiveness. So you will find different kind of a audience. That's an unclassified area. Their challenges are that you learn them as early as possible. Do not expose yourself to the vulnerability of the demand, and close the program as per the satisfaction of the organizer. That is the best thing that I say. That's the way normally I do. But it is again, it's always left to the person who is going to deliver the program. Here's the best judge. You can be of any age, of any profile. You can be male or female. Female has an advantage. They have better voice quality. That's my understanding again. And you may say, no, I have a better voice quality. Kishore Da was better than Lata Mangeshkar. Fair enough. But I feel that the female has the advantage of having a very high sizzling voice. And they are able to connect very fast. But you have your own style, you have your own confidence level, and that's the way you can carry it. So my submission was my experience to you. Now, if you have any question, query, or if you have something to share with the audience, no, this is not train the trainers and all. No, this is something now, ma'am has given this title, but I personally do not feel that trainer needs to be trained. Trainers, in fact, innovate themselves over the period of time. So whatever you have to say one by one, of course, I will request you now. Initially, I didn't ask you to switch on your camera and then to speak. Do not feel inhibited. Except for the bandwidth issue, if it is there, then you can, of course, go back into the cell. Otherwise, it's time for you to come forward and to be absolutely shameless when you connect with the crowd. Yeah, tell them, look here, the way I do it. If you like it, thank you very much. If you don't like it, even more, thank you. No, so that's the way. So please come forward, respond to my speech, and respond to your own experiences that you have in the Avok India or before that also. Of course, sir is here. bankers are here, and they have got a lot of experience, and they are the one who is running the economy in this country. Remember this, no? So they have a much better experience than probably I can think. So anybody can come forward and can speak. Thank you.
Bharadwaj, I'm Arun Dwivedi. I have a question.
Yes, sir.
Means when you are talking to public, there are 3-4 ingredients in that. First is your knowledge of the subject. Then is your own presentation. Then the thing is your explaining power, whether you are able to communicate to the crowd in their understanding manner. Out of these 3-4, what is the most important in your opinion with your experience, which makes the difference? Because everybody cannot have all 4-5 at the same level.
Yes, I agree with you. I think connect. Connect means is that whether can you step up or step down in the course of program to connect with the audience. See, knowledge is something in 1 hour, 90 minutes, you can give some glimpse of your knowledge, your talent. Just a glimpse of your knowledge. Maybe 2-3 punchline could be, and that connects with the audience. And thereafter, 80% we talk about normal things, 20% could be something very, very high on the knowledge. So when I said transcript, a transcript could be just 2-3 lines. Like I remember in one of the program I started, every investor wants to invest in an appreciating asset class. Very simple sentence. For the first sentence, I remember once the program was over, we went for the tea and snacks. There's somebody said that appreciating asset class, no, it really caught my imagination. That's the point. So when actually you can go on and speaking. So transcript, basically knowledge part is that where you have a 10-15 minutes of actually your talent where you have to do it. The best part is only that, no, where you are able to connect. Now, connect means that when you're speaking to a students, you should come down to the level of a student's learning. No, they cannot understand money market the way somebody who is a professional in the market, they will be able to understand. So we have to step up, step down. So I always ensure in my speeches that, no, transcript and knowledge is of course one part, unless actually you are challenged there, because no, sometimes you're examined also by the crowd. No? So there only you can come out with your understanding. Otherwise, normally it's the way you connect, and the majority of the part goes there. In connect only comes my communication skill. Now, some people are very, very quick speaker. They speak fast. They are talented. So not talented. They are gifted to speak fast. Some people, they think and then they speak. Their speed and all. It's basically your body language. It's basically rhythm of your body and the speech that you have. Even if you speak fast, but you are other things around the things, no, you are maintaining the pace, people connect with you. But sometimes there's a disconnect between the speed that you are holding and the thought that you are having, the points that you are jumping around and all. If you have some disconnect between these two, then connectivity problem comes. Otherwise, you must step up and step down depending upon the crowd requirement. That is the one thing I feel was the most required for me.
Thank you.
Thank you, Arun sir and Samit sir. Does anyone else have any question?
In fact, I should say one thing is that no, public speech is something that some people are really gifted. That's my personal opinion. Some people are really gifted, even without preparation. If you hand over the mic and then they start speaking. Now you will say you can also start speaking, but then what happens with you if you are not gifted the way? And I say I should realize if I'm gifted or not. I personally should say, I admit before you that I'm not a gifted speaker. When I left my finance career and I came into the public speech, I felt the trouble of not being gifted. These blood vessels, no, they used to get stiff. Pressure here goes up. This area used to be red and hot, and this saliva goes away. It used to dry. Feet used to tremble. These all fingers used to nibble. So these things were something which I felt for nearly 3 months to 4 months to 5 months. And I realized that, of course, I'm not a gifted speaker. But then you can learn. You can say that you have no other choice but to speak. I always look at some people. I have seen in my life a couple of people, those who are gifted speaker. And if they really work upon their other aspects of public speaking, and they really make a wonder. No. So even if you are gifted speaker, that's fair enough. But if you're not gifted speaker, you have to work a little more. Accept it. You have to work a little more. And Probably me, I learned it the very hard way. Of course, now my only bread and butter is public speaking. I only do public speaking. Whatever forum they call me, I try to do justice so that they can call me next time. And I learned very hard way. So public speaking is not an easy thing, because your crowd that you get is something that you have to satisfy them when they go back home. And that's a very difficult thing. It's something like that. You ask a salesperson, what is the most difficult? He will say, taking money from some other's pocket is the sales. No, I was nearly for 2 decades into the sales. And my bosses say in the present time that what kind of bonus you're expecting? I said, bonus to main leke hi jaunga. He said, how come you're so confident? I said, whole year I did this. दूसरे के pocket से पैसा निकाल कर लाया हूँ. And now when it comes for my, and I will not take it. पैसे तो सब देने पड़ेंगे. Whether you like me or not for next, that's a different issue. But this year तो मेरे को लेना चाहिए बस. Shameless fellow. No, I used to say shameless fellow. I said, sir, आज तो नहीं. If I am little modest today, then I am going to say half of my money. You will not give me. I know this, because the amount, the residual amount goes to your pocket. This I know. So आज तो कोई negotiation नहीं. आज तो clear cut. जो हम बोलते, that is a final. No negotiation on that. That's a hard way of corporate life. So for some people, it happens. No? So all of us have got public speaking is very difficult thing that I say. No, that's your time. Anybody?
Shalini ma'am, do you have any questions?
Not questions. In fact, honestly, no, do not frame question. You have something to say
Any
like that?
experiences?
Akash, I remember Akash, quite young man, no, chartered accountant and young man. And
I think before the session started, I had many queries, but Sanat sir has actually given very balanced answers to my queries. So I don't think I need to ask anything more. Sanat sir, it was very informative. Thank you.
thank you, ma'am. So nice of you. Everybody wants to listen compliment from the other one. No. So getting a compliment from you is, of course, no. So happier moment for me.
Okay, Jignesh, do you want to share something with us? Okay, maybe Govindji, Hari, or anybody else wants to share something?
I interrupt here to say one more thing. One of my experience was that initially when I started my program, 2014, I remember, it was 2nd of June, I started my first program. And then language was the biggest problem for me. I had an opinion that if I speak in English, people will appreciate me a lot. Especially in corporate, no, sometimes it is taught to you. Especially if you're in Eastern India, then you are even more taught. Eastern India means Bihar, Jharkhand, Bengal, not UP. UP to bahut aage hai. Nahin. So in Bihar, Jharkhand, Bengal, no, you are taught over there. अंग्रेजी में बोलेंगे तो बॉम्बे सुनेगा, और हिंदी बंगला में बोलेंगे तो फिर local regional offices सुनेगा. Like that, you are taught over there. And so, me being of course, somebody from Bihar, mother tongue was Hindi, English was, all broken, legs and all gone here and there. So very difficult for me to speak. And somehow gave me opinion that if I'm not able to speak in English, I will not get my second call. So later on, I realized it was a wrong notion in my mind. Especially for youngsters, I am saying this. Whatever language you are comfortable in, if you can communicate, you can have a good word. See, purity is most important. You speak in Hindi, speak pure Hindi. If you speak in English, speak pure, rightfully, correct grammar English. I do not understand what I mean by I gonna. No. So whether you speak in Bangla or in Odia or in Hindi or in English, no, be pure. The moment you speak pure English or pure Hindi, audience will be, something they do not. The concept of purity has gone from the today's life. Whether this is purity of your edible stuff or purity of something that we listen. So the language is not important. Mixing few languages here and there together is also an art. Some people are very, very adept into that. Without distorting or overlapping the meanings, no, they often switch between Hindi and English and Bangla and the other language. That's a gift, another gift I should say. But language is not a burden for anybody. Whatever you have a language, but purity is the most biggest burden. No, I remember one of my boss, he used to always assist me every year. And he was not a good public speaker. So actually why I came in this area, because I used to deliver his program. I used to say at least 2 minutes to sir bol lijiye jaakar ke kam se kam. Otherwise people will say I am the regional head and you are not the regional head. So visiting card to apna de karke aa jaiye. Like that I used to say. So, and even 3-4 sentences that he has to say. He used to say, I mean to say, hamming. No, I mean to say, yeah, I mean to say. The moment you say, I mean to say, you're gone. You do not have a word. You're struggling with your thoughts. Connect is not happening. I said, sir, अंग्रेजी में क्यों बोलते? हिंदी में बोलिए ना. बोला ये 2 मिनट तो बोलना है, कम से कम वो तो अंग्रेजी में बोल लो. He was a perfect in the table. On one-to-one negotiation, he could have outsmarted anybody. But in public speech, when he is speaking before 10 people, 20 people, 30 people, there he had all those problems. So you realize your limitations and accordingly you stop it. But language is not in bother. Whatever language you are into, you must be the good speaker. Purity is the most important. Hindi boliye, Shuddh Hindi boliye, Angrezi boliye, Shuddh Angrezi boliye. No issue. Complete silence. No, I remember a movie of Sole nowadays. No, oh, एक सिनेमा आई थी सोले. आप में से कुछ पुराने लोग तो शायद सोले सिनेमा देखे होंगे. उसमें था इतना सन्नाटा क्या है भाई? No. So the moment we allow this to happen, no, actually either we have surrendered the crowd. No, crowd should not see. We are not crowd. We are here participant, competitor. You can say mentor, mentee, everything, whatever word you use. We should not surrender to the audience. Never. The moment you surrender to the audience, no, the crowd takes control of the moment and suddenly sannata starts happening over there. है ना? कुछ दिमाग में आ जाए, ब्लर इट आउट, है ना? वोमिटिंग कर दे. रहने से तकलीफ देता है, बोल देने से तकलीफ नहीं होती. 2 मिनट का मोमेंटरी तकलीफ हो सकता है. Suppose I say to ma'am here, Shalini ma'am, and she gave me compliment. Only she gave me the compliment, so I'm so happy about her. लेकिन बात ये है कि सब कुछ आया दिमाग में बोल देने से. Momentary could be lapse of confidence, could be there lapse of but it is momentary. आपने नहीं बोला, that pinch more than आपने बोला. दोनों को, सुनने वाले को भी और बोलने वाले को. इसलिए in a public speech, no, this line that you have to draw is something should be in your favor. You control the crowd. The moment you let the crowd to go out of your control, then it's an organizer has to come in. And the moment organizer come to control the crowd, no, you will not got the recall value. वो बुलाएंगे नहीं next time आपको. Because no, ultimately you are supposed to do X job and you allowed organizer to come intervene over there. No, it will not come. So control it. That's what I say.
Sanat sir, just one question came into my mind. So you started with how we should start the presentations. That is, the first thing is the connect, getting a little used to with the people present there. So how should we culminate the program?
Yeah. See, I said in fact, culmination, no, you should always culminate something on a very, very high pitch. What I mean to say by high pitch, either a gist or a conclusion, because people will not remember 1 hour transcript, what actually you have spoken. They will have a vague idea, अच्छा speaker tha. Vague idea, boring tha. That's like a connect that people have. People forget immediately. The last few seconds, last 1 or 2 sentences, 1 or 3 sentences, this actually makes an impact. So keep the best for your end. There you can ask question, can give felicitation, can recommend few names, can take out some name, or can give the best statement of your sentence entire program of 1 hour in last 2. That's the way I do it. Because I feel when you close a program at the highest pitch means actually what you recall. Pitch means the beginning is actually the most difficult time actually when you are being scrutinized. Beginning, first 5 minutes. By the end of the program, actually you have a complete control of the program. If you have continued till the end of the program, certainly you are at the best at the end only. So at the end, some people do as gist, means you comprehend the entire program in just 2 minutes. That's the one gist. Some people say pointers. I will give you 3 points for you to remember once you go back home. Only 3 points. Forget the entire 1 hour program. So they will concentrate. Yes, 3 points he said, and 1 point is good enough for him. 35%, so pass marks. That's the one pointer people. Some people say crowd which actually is not very, very comfortable with you and all. No, there we have to give some kind of things. Ghus, ghus, rishwat you say. Felicitation, some bouquet, some kind of prize, some kind of ceremony, anything. That also is they remember. That is also one thing. Or some standing ovation to 1 or 2 persons who actually participated to you. Sometimes name calling also does the wonder. Thank you very much, Mr. So-and-so, that you have listened to me so passionately in the last. You have asked me 5 questions. I'm so happy about you. Please please stand up and please give him a big round of applause. So the closing of program, according to me, I say, no, everybody got his own style. So according to me, should be a very, very high note where personal contact should be there. At times, you can also do one is that, no, the person who has asked you to come, no, the organizers who pays you have to keep them happy and in good humor. And that's an art. You know, it's something that is an art. So in the end, if you speak few sentences about the organizer, no, they will ensure that not only you come back next time, but also they will speak good about you in the audience, with the audiences. Because somebody is speaking for you, about you in your absence, that makes even more impact about your program. So this is the way, probably major areas through which we can connect, we can close it. But that's the way I do it. I have seen a couple of persons, those, I had a professor, Mr. Armugam. He was the one who taught me finance. I'm a non-finance guy. So he taught me finance. Armugam sir he was okay speaker. I will not say pathetic, but he was okay speaker. But his end was pathetic always. He used to say, I have spoken everything, now what is left, I'm thinking. So I used to say, sir, if I have spoken everything, then why you're thinking now? Why you become clueless in the end? And he used to close like every program like this one. Of course, with a fantastic person. So he used to compensate this lapse with some other kind of knowledge, as sir was pointing out. But that's his style. And he carried on with, I think, 1,000 program, more than 1,000 program. Of course, now he's retired. So it depends upon the person to person.
Thank you, sir.
I would like to know actually, madam, how do you close your program?
Sir, I have not done too many of them, but in the first one, actually, I was Mr. Dwivedi was there to help me, so I invited him on the stage, and then actually thanked the organizers. So the next one I did was for the college people. It was very easy for them, getting connected with them and being a little of their level, going to their level. And the last one which I've done was for farmer ladies. There I got a little stuck because I was unable to actually get it to a good ending. So that's why I was asking how to get a good ending.
Yeah, I will say over here, no, because you have done a few programs, as you said yourself, you will take some time to realize your own direction of your flow. You will realize this.
Yeah.
No? Me saying,
Yes,
probably,
yes.
madam, do this, that, no. Your part of personality, your experience, your learning, your appetite, your taste and all, temperament and all, no. Slowly, after say 10, 15, 20 program, you will realize, no, I should do like this. And then probably flow will come out of that. That's something that probably will come in later. But so I asked you specifically. Now that I have asked you specifically this, that how do you close the program, you will become sensitive to about this question. And closing program will be a little more important for you. Could be that very early you will say, yeah, this is the way I should close my program. This kind of audience, this should be the. I ask one more question, ma'am. Other people are not participating, but at least you are responding. Do you want to control the crowd, or you want the crowd to be in free floating mode as it should, as they want to go, like a storyteller? Two ways. One is that you're controlling the crowd. Your narration are so powerful, tactful that no, what you say, please listen to me carefully, or I will ask you a question. Intimidating style. No, this is the one way of doing the program. Second is the storytelling. एक राजा था, एक रानी थी, दोनों की शादी हुई, फिर दो बच्चे हुए. Storytelling. Everybody is happy. How are you more comfortable in dealing the program? Storytelling or controlling the crowd?
Sir, it is actually, I would say, from audience to audience. Like this time I did for farmer ladies, and I should first of all, I must tell you all that all the farmer ladies were not basic ones. Each of them was at least they owned some between 2 to 5 lakhs. They had earned their own money. So that means they were earning, but where they invest, they did not know. Yeah. One thing. So first of all, I started it, the entire thing was in Hindi, and all were villagers. So that going to their level was one thing which was actually posing a problem. Second thing was, I started by saying, I rather not started, in between I said, Mera Paisa, Mera Abhiman. And when I was going on the way, I was just listening to, this driver had put on some songs. So usme wo Meri Jang ka gaana aa raha tha. So in between, I had added these few liners where they got really, I mean, it was so hot. We all were in complete heat. One of them was dozing off. And as I said, Mera Paisa, Mera Abhiman, and I asked them to speak, to loudly speak it out. So, jo so bhi raha tha, they got in the motion. The entire IP went very smooth and very nice. I got stuck at the end कि मैं धन्यवाद करने से पहले या बाद में क्या करूं. And yes, I had added two to three life experiences of mine, which got actually pulled their attention. Jo people who were who were losing their attention, I again gained it back. Because I added my own stories. So जो थोड़ा उसमें दुख भी था, दर्द भी था, तो जैसे I added, they were like, अरे ये भी होता है, ये भी होता है. So that is I told them कि हमने मेरे ऊपर ऐसे हो रहा था. I was unable to give attention to my money. तो ऐसा हुआ. Then they were like, अरे हाँ, we need to understand how to invest. But actually my challenge was ending. So that's why I asked how to end it.
I will say there's two sentences over here, what you said. Challenge is the end that you, of course, you said. Somebody have a beginning, somebody may have a end, and that grows in course of time. That's one part that's discussed. One thing I would like to say over here, based upon what you said, is that one is innovation, second is the customization. You went to the program with a very open mind. You customize the program with the innovation that you had in course of the program or before the program. That is one thing. My question is now a little different to you. Do not feel that I'm a little more asking a question, but my question. Somebody asks you whether you are one who has got your own style of speech. I am a persuasive kind of guy. I speak in a persuasive tone. I speak in authoritative tone. I speak in an instructive tone. I speak in free-floating tone. There could be many ways how you know yourself. How you present is different. No, you all have a split personality. So how we present is different. How we know ourselves is different. Can you make this distinction about yourself, that whether you present is X, but actually what you are is Y? Can you make this distinction, or actually what you know, what you are actually you present?
Well, I think I did not understand your question. I'm sorry.
I will repeat again. I rephrase the question because a little longer I can say. Question is that you can have your distinct style of your personality. You're administrative, you're authoritative, you're instructive, you're persuasive. Distinct style when you speak to people, you identify yourself. This is the way I do it. Because based upon that, your gestures, your hand gestures, your facial movement and all changes like that. Now, you carry on with this distinctness of personality that you have, or you actually always moderate with the audience, depending upon the audience.
So I go with the audience. As per the audience, I cater it like that. I do not just go with a stubborn mind that, yes, I have to follow this pattern. I first analyze the how and where I'm going to present myself. And as you said, actually, it makes a lot of sense. Jo aapki public ho, jo aapki audience ho, dress as per them. So whenever I go for my IIPs, first of all, I make sure that I am dressed according to my audience. Because it was farmers, I wore a sari. So why I'm mentioning this, because this got me they actually got connected with me. Yes. Because I was one of them. Then when I was with the students, I was more liberal with my attire. And this time when I was with the farmer ladies, I was more easy with them. Because I know the way they have come, how they have left their home, how they are attending this presentation. So it was, I generally keep myself very easygoing. But whatever the kind of audience is, I work as per the audience. I hope I've answered the question.
Yeah, of course. That's what I was saying. It's called self-realization, that you know yourself. You know yourself now. In the course of program, actually, when you listen to your own voice, when you realize your own 1 hour presence in the program, that's the completeness of the program. So I think, and of course, you should not count with only 2-3 programs, and you should count with a lot of long experience. That's what I would say. Fantastic, great.
Thank you so much, Rani ma'am. Thank you so much, sir. So now I would request Praveen sir to speak something because he has joined us. Praveen sir, am I audible to you? I think it's mute, sir. You're on mute.
Yeah. Can you hear me now?
Yeah.
Thank you,
I can
Sonali,
hear you.
and गुड मॉर्निंग, गुड आफ्टरनून, नमस्कार सभी को। हमारे वायुसेना के वरिष्ठ अधिकारी लोग यहाँ मौजूद हैं, उनके सामने अरुण द्विवेदी जी हैं, कैप्टन, अपने विंग कमांडर धर्मेंद्र जी भी थे यहाँ पे शायद, और शालिनी तो खैर यही हैं, कर रही हैं, प्रोग्राम भी कर रही हैं। आप लोगों ने प्रोग्राम शुरू नहीं किए सर ने, क्योंकि मैंने कहा आज थोड़ा सा मैं अभी चूंकि अहमदाबाद में था 2 दिन पहले, और अहमदाबाद में मेरी बात जब विंग कमांडर धर्मेंद्र शर्मा जी से हुई, और फिर तो हम लोगों ने ये बात की कि एक बार इस प्रोग्राम में थोड़ा सा पहले तो समझते हैं कि होता क्या है। आई थिंक युग जो है धर्मेंद्र शर्मा जी की टीम से, युग चावला भी ज्वाइन कर रहा है अहमदाबाद से, हरी है चेन्नई से, आयुष भी इधर हैं, अब्दुल कादिर जी हमारे, जिनके अभी ट्विंस बच्चे हुए हैं पैदा लास्ट वीक में ही, उनको बधाई, बहुत बहुत मुबारक हो, और वो भी जुड़े हुए हैं बहराइच से। तो देयर इज ए गुड मिक्स ऑफ 5-6 पीपल। आकाश इज ए चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट, जिग्नेश भी हैं, तो गोविंद मिश्रा जी हमारे बैंकर हैं, तो इट्स ए वेरी गुड मिक्स ऑफ and senior people also in the group here। हम लोगों ने जो लास्ट 15 डेज पहले की थी, सोनाली ने कोऑर्डिनेट की थी उत्तम जी के साथ में, उसमें भी तो पर्पस ये है कि एक पहले तो एक प्राइमर हम लोग जो कंटेंट है, जैसा कि शालिनी ने भी पूछा सवाल की, नहीं मेरे ख्याल से अरुण जी ने पूछा था कि कंटेंट, कम्युनिकेशन, डिलीवरी, इनमें से क्या इम्पोर्टेंट है, तो सोनाली जी ने कहा कनेक्ट बहुत ही इंपॉर्टेंट है। मुझे लगता है कि और जो एक शालिनी ने बात, मैं थोड़ा सुन रहा था बिकॉज आई वाज वर्किंग ऑन समथिंग एल्स आल्सो, बिकॉज टुमारो आई एम इन दिल्ली एंड जस्ट आई वाज आउट फॉर लास्ट दिस एंटायर वीक। तो जो शालिनी ने कहा कि वो गाना सुनते सुनते कुछ गाने से पकड़ के सुना दिया वहां पे लोगों को तो वो जो क्रिएटिविटी एलिमेंट है ना, मुझे लगता है वो बहुत काम करता है। मतलब हम लोग भी मतलब कोशिश करते हैं कि हाउ यू कैन मेक योर entire delivery with a pinch of salt or a pinch of creativity, जिससे कि थोड़ा सा अम्यूजमेंट और थोड़ा सा मतलब मजा भी लोगों को आ जाए। बिकॉज ज्यादातर लोग तुम किसी भी मूवी में जाते हैं तो मजा के लिए जाते हैं उनको अगर बोरिंग सब्जेक्ट बता दिया गया, और हम लोग जो काम करते हैं ये बोरिंग ही होता है। हालांकि पैसे से हर एक को प्यार होता है, लेकिन पैसे को रखना है, गिनना है, संभालना है, वो बड़ा बोरिंग काम होता है। बोले कोई और कर दो भाई, ये है ना। जब बताओ कि भाई तुम्हारा पैसा कम हो रहा है, तब भी वो आदमी मतलब थोड़ा ही जागता है, पूरा नहीं जागता है वो भी। मतलब मैं देखता हूँ कई लोगों को तो जो BCom, MCom, PhD सब आते हैं, उनको बताने के बाद भी वो थोड़ा ही जागते हैं कि नहीं हाँ चलो भाई। तो somehow we have to shake them up and we have to do that, and I'm sure with the wealth of experience सनत जी जिस तरह से करते हैं, मतलब इनका जो प्रेजेंटेशन स्टाइल है और जो कंटेंट है, of course he has a very rich knowledge in terms of all subjects, all he's a trainer of trainers for lot of certification programs, NSC, BSF के साथ में। तो आज आप लोगों के साथ तो बड़ा सिंपल वे में ही हैज आई एम श्योर डिलीवर्ड दिस। पर्पस यही है कि हम लोग अपने जो प्रोग्राम कर रहे हैं उसमें क्वालिटी इनहांस कर सकें। जैसे अभी मेरी मुलाकात अभी अरुण से भी होगी, मैं बात करूंगा, बाद में दिल्ली जा रहा हूँ 2 दिन के लिए। तो मेरा मकसद ये है कि हम लोग जो प्रोग्राम अभी जैसे हमने एयरफोर्स के लिए और BSF के लिए गुजरात में बात करी है धर्मेंद्र जी से वहां पर, तो वो वहां पर भी हम लोग कोशिश कर रहे हैं कि लोकली कुछ लोग अगर जैसे युग यहाँ पे हैं, आई डोंट नो इफ एनीबडी कैन ओपन देयर कैमरा एंड इफ पॉसिबल, अगर कैमरा ओपन करने में दिक्कत ना हो, लोग कैमरा खोल ले तो अच्छा रहेगा। उससे कम से कम चेहरा दिखना, मैं तो ये बड़ा इंसिस्ट करता हूँ। वैसे तो ऑनलाइन प्रोग्राम कम ही होते हैं अब, लास्ट ईयर हम लोग ऑनलाइन ही करते थे। मैंने सिर्फ एक प्रोग्राम ऐसा देखा था विच वॉज IIT कानपुर। आई मस्ट टेल यू 100% पीपल प्रोग्राम डिलीवर किया था मैंने। 100% पीपल थ्रू आउट द प्रोग्राम वर कैमरा ऑन, नॉट इवन ए सिंगल पर्सन वॉज विदाउट कैमरा वीडियो ऑन। ज्यादातर बाकी प्रोग्राम्स में नहीं होता है, मतलब जैसे हम लोग और करते हैं कि बड़ा मुश्किल होता है कि वीडियो ऑन करना, बिकॉज ट्रेनर को भी अच्छा लगता है और पार्टिसिपेंट को भी अच्छा, जो बोल रहा है उसको भी अच्छा लगता है कि चलो यार आई कांटेक्ट नहीं हो रहा है, किसी की मुस्कुराहट नहीं दिख रही, किसी का कोई सो तो अच्छा लगता है। तो आई तो इंसिस्ट कि भाई अगर कोई ऐसा दिक्कत ना हो तो आप अपना वीडियो कैमरा ऑन रखें तो अच्छा रहता है। तो ये भी एक इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है अगर ऑनलाइन कर रहे हैं। हालांकि इस साल हम लोग को 20% ही प्रोग्राम करने हैं ऑनलाइन। तो अगर कोई भी ऑर्गेनाइजेशन आप लोगों के साथ जुड़े हुए हैं जहां आप कर सकते हैं 40-50 लोगों के लिए प्रोग्राम ऑनलाइन या ऑफलाइन, तो यू शुड स्टार्ट डूइंग दैट नाउ। एंड मतलब उसके लिए वॉट एवर इज रिक्वायर्ड इन टर्म्स ऑफ कंटेंट, नॉलेज, वो अपनी जगह, लेकिन जो अपना एक कॉन्फिडेंस जो आता है जैसे अब्दुल कादिर जी यहाँ पे हैं, ये भी काफी प्रोग्राम किया इन्होंने, पहली बार ही किए प्रोग्राम इन्होंने, अभी सर्टिफिकेशन होने बाकी भी हैं। तो जो कॉन्फिडेंस और जो एक कनेक्ट बनता है डिफरेंट सेगमेंट से, वो एक बहुत आपका एक स्पेक्ट्रम, वाइड स्पेक्ट्रम होता है। सो व्हेन यू आर डूइंग डिलीवरिंग अ प्रोग्राम फॉर अ कॉर्पोरेट CGM और GM लेवल, एंड देन यू आर गोइंग टू अ विलेजर गांव में। अब जब मैं बाराबंकी गया पीछे, तो वहां पर तो लगता है कि मतलब हम क्या बोल रहे हैं और क्या जा रहा है पता ही नहीं होता है, मतलब ये हालत होती है। हमारे साथ जो नाबार्ड के CGM थे, जब उन्होंने बोला कुछ बातों को, तो शायद वो चीजों को पकड़ चुके थे। उन्होंने जो बात बोली शायद तक कुछ तो पहुंचा वहां पे। वो जो महिलाएं बैठी थी स्वयं सहायता समूह की, और जो थोड़ा घूंघट भी उड़े हुए थी, घूंघट किया उसमें थी वो। तो मतलब मुझे लगा कि शायद मैंने कोशिश तो बहुत करी कि बताया सेबी के बारे में, RBI के बारे में। आई एम स्पीकिंग इन हिंदी, सो मैं पता नहीं हरी को समझ में आ रहा है, नहीं आ रहा। हरी, आर यू एबल टू पिक अप हिंदी? Because there is some issue in Chennai, I believe that there's a, so mera, that's what I'm saying, ki two extremes of delivery of training, you know, but it really gives you a lot of connect. If you know the language of the audience, that also helps a lot. So if suppose Yug Chawla, who's here, he knows Gujarati, I think the way he can deliver, we all can never deliver, because हमारी हिंदी में भी थोड़ी सी गुजराती का टच हो जाएगा तो अच्छा रहेगा। तो वो जैसे तमिल तेलुगु में बोलेंगे, तो वो हमारे कुछ 2 ट्रेनर लोग हैं जो अभी अच्छे प्रोग्राम डेली कर रहे हैं, कन्नड़ा में कर रहे हैं, वो कर्नाटका में। तो उनका आई थिंक व्हेन वी सी द वीडियो, इट इज यू कैन सी फ्रॉम द वीडियो जो फिजिकल प्रोग्राम होता है कि पार्टिसिपेंट और जो वो है दोनों कनेक्ट हैं, तो वो बड़ा अच्छा लगता है। व्हेन बोथ ऑफ देम आर इन द सिंक, दैट इज वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट। सो somehow I think we have to make it very interactive, चाहे वो ऑनलाइन हो, दैट इज द बिगेस्ट चैलेंज फॉर एनी आई थिंक ट्रेनर, हाउ यू कैन इन्वॉल्व द ऑडियंस, यू नो, अदरवाइज दे आर इनटू देयर ओन थॉट प्रोसेस, कुछ और सोच रहे हैं, आप कुछ बोलते जा रहे हो, आप बोलो नहीं हमें तो खाली ये काम पूरा करना है, क्योंकि हमको चाय पानी करा के थोड़ा बहुत करके इनको नाम लिखवा के अटेंडेंस शीट भरवा के और काम खत्म करना है, विच इज नॉट द राइट अप्रोच। आई थिंक you know, we at Evoke India, the way we drive this whole mission is a passion, and I really like it. You know, I must tell you that जो लोग भी जुड़ रहे हैं, सनत जी हैं, तृप्ति हैं, उत्तम कुमार जी, हमारे सीनियर सारे लोग हैं, श्रीप्रिया हैं चेन्नई में। What I see very good is that everybody is passionate about this mission, and which is what connects us. Of course, there is a remuneration, there is a money, which is nobody is denying that. But the point is that अगर आपको दिल से लगता है कि आप किसी की मदद कर पा रहे हैं, if you are able to help somebody by your knowledge, I think that is the biggest motivation which I derive out of it. So what I'm sure there have been some questions जो लोग ने प्रोग्राम किए हुए हैं, but अगर कुछ और questions हैं तो we can suddenly take that. But I think Akash, have you started something? If you want to share something, Akash is a chartered accountant, very newly in panel with us. You want to say something? Yeah.
Yes sir. थैंक यू सो मच सर, आपने बहुत सारे एक्सपीरियंसेस शेयर किए, बहुत मदद मिली। सनत सर, आपको भी बहुत सारा थैंक यू, आपने कई सारी बातें ऐसी बताई जो हम अपने माइंड में सोचते रहते हैं कि इसको कैसे करें, कैसे हो सकता है, वो कुछ क्वेश्चंस तो काफी हद तक क्लियर हुए हैं सर। 2-3 चीजें सर हैं जो हम आपसे और सीखना चाहेंगे अभी। जैसे कि सर, जब हम लोग हमने लास्ट में सर कई सारे सेमिनार्स लिए हैं अपने स्टूडेंट्स के लिए, जो हमारा सब्जेक्ट रहता है इनकम टैक्स, GST या फिर बैंक ऑडिट वगैरह। तो सर सब्जेक्ट तो हम लोगों का अच्छा है, हम लोग क्योंकि जो चीजें हैं वो हम लोगों के रग रग में है, तो हमें पता है कि हमें कनेक्ट कैसे होना है, क्योंकि हमारी ऑडियंस भी बिल्कुल क्लियर है कि वो क्या चीज समझने आए हैं और हम क्या चीज उन्हें समझा रहे हैं। तो अगर हमारा सब्जेक्ट अच्छा है तो हम उनके साथ कनेक्ट हो जाते हैं, 5 मिनट बाद, 7 मिनट बाद, 10 मिनट बाद वो हमारी बातों को ग्रिप करने लगते हैं। ये तो है सर, सब्जेक्ट पर डिपेंड करता है। लेकिन दूसरी चीज सर, जो हम लोग पर्सनली शुरुआत में हम फील करते थे कि जब हम स्टेज पर खड़े होते थे, तो जब जो साउंड मॉड्यूलेशन है सर, जैसे हम बोल रहे हैं माइक पर और हमें हमारी खुद की आवाज सुनाई दे रही है, तो हमें सर बोलने में बड़ा हेजिटेशन होता था शुरू में कि हम कैसे बोलें। और फिर जब 5-10 सेशंस जब लिए तो 10 के बाद कुछ ठीक हुआ, लेकिन जब फिर से कुछ गैप हो जाता है तो ये बहुत बड़ी प्रॉब्लम आती है कि हम लोग जब माइक पर बोलते हैं तो पता चला खुद की आवाज सुनाई दे रही है और फिर हम लोग मतलब हेजिटेट होने लगता है अंदर से कि ये कंटिन्यू नहीं कर पा रहे हैं। उसके 5 मिनट 10 मिनट के बाद लगता है हाँ अब कुछ नॉर्मल हुआ है, अब वैसे ही हुआ जैसे हमारा पहले था। तो एक तो सर ये है। दूसरा सर इशू ये फेस करते हैं कि हम लोग, जैसे आपने सर बात किया कि हमारी टोन कैसी है, पर्सुएसिव टोन है या अथॉरिटेटिव टोन है। तो जैसे हम कभी कभी फील करते हैं कि हमारी अथॉरिटेटिव टोन है, अगर हम इस बात से कनेक्ट करें कि हम कहते हैं नहीं ये काम ऐसे होना चाहिए, ये ऐसे होना चाहिए, ऐसा है वैसा है ऐसा है, ठीक है सर। तो इसमें दिक्कत ये आती है कि जो आपने सर शुरुआत में बताया था कि 3-4 लोग ऐसे न्यूसेंस क्रिएट करने वाले होते जरूर हैं उसके अंदर पूरी ऑडियंस में। तो उसमें से क्या करते हैं 2-3 लोग कुछ उल्टी ही बात कहते हैं, और वो जो कमेंट्स होते हैं अगर आपने सुन लिया एक बार भी, तो वो अगर वो अंदर चले गए, आपने अगर उसको ग्रैब कर लिया, तो सेशन को कंटिन्यू करने में बड़ी प्रॉब्लम होती है। या तो पहला ऑप्शन है तो सुनाई ना दे, और अगर सर जब अगर सुनाई दे गया तो दिक्कत आती है, नहीं सुनाई दिया तो बहुत अच्छी बात है कि लेना ही नहीं है कुछ, जो हम बोल रहे हैं हम अपने चीज में चैंपियन है, जो हम बोल रहे हैं वो सही बोल रहे हैं, ठीक है सर। एक सर ये है सर, एक पॉइंट सर बहुत अच्छा ये है कि जैसे हम कभी बहुत सारे सेमिनार्स अटेंड करते हैं, या कोई स्पीकर दूसरा ऑरेटर जो अच्छा ऑरेटर होता है, वो सर कोई ऐसी बात बोलता है जिससे हमें ये मन में फील होता है कि हाँ ये तो मेरे साथ भी होता है। हम सोच नहीं पाते हैं, लेकिन हम इस बात को जरूर बोलते हैं कि ये तो मेरे साथ भी होता है। तो हम सर ऐसी कौन सी बातें प्रेजेंट करें कि हमारी जो ऑडियंस है वो हमेशा ये कहे कि हाँ ये तो मेरे साथ भी होता है। तो इसको सर, इस चीज को हम कैसे कनेक्ट करें?
देखिए, मैं आपके बातों का बहुत संक्षिप्त में 2-3 बात बताता हूँ। एक तो कि जो प्रोग्राम हमारी जो समझ में आ रही है, जो प्रोग्राम आप डिलीवर करते हैं वो डोमेन सेंट्रिक प्रोग्राम है। डोमेन सेंट्रिक मतलब उसमें एक सेट ऑफ रेगुलेशंस है, सेट ऑफ इंफॉर्मेशंस है, उस सब्जेक्ट भी सेट है, उसके अंदर हम बात कर रहे हैं। मेरा अपना मानना है कि यदि आप कंटेंट रिच प्रोग्राम, जिसको हम बोलते हैं कंटेंट रिच या डोमेन सेंट्रिक प्रोग्राम, फिनांस कंटेंट रिच हो गया, म्यूचुअल फंड कंटेंट रिच हो गया, बैंकिंग ऑपरेशन कंटेंट रिच हो गया, या फिर जीएसटी कंटेंट रिच, ऐसे जो कंटेंट रिच प्रोग्राम होते हैं उसमें आपको कंटेंट हैवी ही रखनी है, ताकि कंटेंट से कंट्रोल, क्योंकि आपके जो ऑडियंस होगी बड़ी इन्फॉर्म्ड ऑडियंस होगी, उनको बहुत कुछ पता है और बहुत कुछ सीखने आए हैं, तो उसमें काफी तैयारी करनी पड़ती है ट्रांसक्रिप्ट को लेकर के। एक बात। अब जब आप ट्रांसक्रिप्ट की तैयारी करते हैं तो डिलीवरी का जो आपका स्टाइल है, ठीक है, उसमें तो ज्यादा नहीं है, मैंने इसलिए पूछा चूंकि सबका अपना अपना स्टाइल होता है, और नहीं होता है तो समय साथ में निकल के चला आता है। कुछ लोग होंगे जो कि कमेंट करेंगे, कुछ लोग होंगे जो न्यूसेंस वैल्यू लेकर के ही आते हैं, कुछ लोग अपने आप को आपका कॉम्पिटिटर मानते हैं, कुछ लोग की एग्जिस्टेंस आपके आने के चलते तकलीफ में पड़ जाती है, तो वो तकलीफ देंगे। हमने शुरुआत में बोला था आपको कि सेमलेस हो जाइए। सेमलेस मतलब जैसे बोलते हैं ना कि पॉलिटिशियंस आर थिक स्किन, ऐसे बोलते हैं हम लोग ना कि पॉलिटिशियन जो होते हैं, राजनीतिक जो लोग होते हैं, उनको वो ज्यादा असर नहीं पड़ता है, आप कुछ बोलेगा असर नहीं पड़ता है। थिक स्किन का मतलब हुआ कि आप कुछ भी बोलिए हमारे को ज्यादा असर नहीं पड़ता है आपसे। वो कब होगा? जब आप बेशर्म हो जाएंगे तब। जैसे हम आपको बोले क्या फालतू सवाल कर दिया, तो हम क्यों माने कि आपने बोला फालतू सवाल कर दिया तो हमने फालतू सवाल कर दिया? अरे भाई, आपने बोला, आपकी बुद्धि को बुद्धि हो गई थी, तो मतलब कि आपको क्राउड में क्या है कि हर तरह के लोग हैं, तो सुन करके अनसुना करना ये आपको सीखना पड़ेगा। सेंसिटिव ब्रेन, सेंसिटिव स्किन से बड़ा तकलीफ होती है स्पीकर को। कुछ लोग आते ही प्रवोक करने के लिए, कुछ लोग आते हैं, और यदि हम वास्तव में प्रवोक हो गए उस वक्त में, तो आपने जो बताया ना कि फिर आगे कैरी करने में वो इमोशन आता है ना। कभी कभी तो याद आता है कि इसको जो है सो सबक सिखाना ही है, तो टॉपिक कहीं से कहीं निकल गया अपना, है ना, सवाल जवाब में चल गए, तो बाकी लोग आपको थिक स्किन होनी है, बेशर्म होनी है, उसको याद रखिए। और याद रखिएगा, हिसाब पूरा करके जाना है। यदि आप अच्छे स्पीकर हैं, मेरा मानना है आप अच्छे स्पीकर हैं, तो उसकी बात को सुन लीजिए। उसने तकलीफ दी है आपको, प्रोग्राम खत्म होते होते आप उसको तकलीफ दे करके जाइए। क्राउड आपका है, स्टेज आपका है, आपके पास माइक, उसके पास माइक नहीं है। आखिरी में ऐसा कुछ पंच मार दीजिए उसको कि वो घर जाए, नेक्स्ट टाइम ऐसा नहीं करे। मेरा मानना है कि क्राउड कंट्रोल करनी है, मेरा ये मानना है। तो थिक स्किन होनी। दूसरी बात जो आपकी थी, आपको होना पड़ेगा। सेंसिटिव आदमी पब्लिक स्पीकर बने तो बड़ी मुश्किल होती है। इधर ही इज ए वेरी बिग ब्रांड। अब जैसे मान लीजिए कभी आप, हमें एक बार सुनने का मौका मिला था, झुंझुनवाला, राकेश झुंझुनवाला साहब गुजर गए बेचारे। हम पूना में प्रोग्राम करने के लिए गए थे, उसी होटल में उनका प्रोग्राम था। तो हमने अपने ऑर्गेनाइजर बोले, भाई मेरा फीस मत देना, वो मंजूर है, बट हमको इस प्रोग्राम का एक पास दिलवा दो। कहा सर फीस भी ले लीजिए, प्रोग्राम का पास भी दे देता हूँ। हम उनको सुने। अब देखिए उनकी बात कुछ ऐसे भी अजीब बात है। फंडामेंटल एनालिसिस के मास्टर माने जाते हैं इंडिया में, और वो बोलते क्या है, अकाउंट्स का क्या है, कुछ नहीं, कागज का पुलिंदा है। अब बताइए, आप यदि आप ये बोले, हम ये बोले, जो कि अभी स्ट्रगल कर रहे हैं, जिनको भी आइकॉन नहीं मानती है दुनिया, तो लोग हंस देगा हमारे ऊपर में, ताली बजा रहा है लोगों के लिए, क्योंकि ये जो ब्रांड, ये जो आइकॉन। तो जब आप ब्रांड या आइकॉन बन जाते हैं एटलीस्ट अपने ग्रुप के लिए, अपने ऑडियंस के लिए, तब तो आप फिर भी सेंसिटिव भी होंगे, तो भी काम चल जाएगा। बिकॉज लोग बोलेगा, बुरा मान जाएगा। यदि हम बोलते हैं झुंझुनवाला साहब क्या बात कर रहे हैं साहब, फंडामेंटल की बुनियाद है कैश फ्लो स्टेटमेंट, पीएल अकाउंट बैलेंस शीट, और आप बोलते हैं कि कागज का पुलिंदा है, तो सेंसिटिव हो जाएगा, इसलिए हम नहीं बोलते हैं। तो जब तक आप आइकॉन नहीं बनते तब तक तो आपको मतलब बेशर्म बननी पड़ेगी। लेकिन जब आप आइकॉन बन जाते हैं तब आप सेंसिबल रहिए, दूसरे आपको तकलीफ नहीं देंगे, याद रखिएगा। तो दूसरा बात ये हो गया। और तीसरी बात जो आपकी थी वो थी कि साहब वो क्या था आपका तीसरा सवाल था आपका, आप म्यूट में।
सर हेजिटेशन एंड वॉइस मॉड्यूलेशन।
वो तो देखिए हेजिटेशन तो सबको होती है। जैसे हमें इस प्रोग्राम के लिए सोनाली जी ने कल कहा, तो हम कहे मैडम हम अभी तक तो अवोक इंडिया में ही मान के चल रहे हैं कि जितने भी लोग आ रहे हैं सब एक्सपीरियंस्ड लोग आ रहे हैं, तो उनको ट्रेन द ट्रेनर तो बड़ा गड़बड़ होगा। अच्छा ये इन्होंने परसों को बोले और परसों को बोले और हम भूल भी गए थे कि हमको प्रोग्राम आज करना है। 10:40 पे मैडम का व्हाट्सअप आया, संजोग से व्हाट्सएप देखे इनका लिंक भी आया हुआ था, वो हम देखा ही नहीं था पहले। हम तुरंत जाकर सुना, तो हम जब बैठे यहाँ पे तो हम सोच रहे थे कि पता नहीं, हम पहले एक बार इंट्रोडक्शन ले लेते हैं, जानकारी सामने कौन बैठे हुए हैं। अब सामने में बैठा है तो बैंकर्स बैठे हुए 35 इयर्स का एक्सपीरियंस, और मैडम है और आप चार्टर्ड अकाउंटेंट हैं, तो जाहिर सी बात है सो यू हैव टू प्रिपेयर्ड फॉर दैट। आपको तो ऑडियंस ऐसे ऐसे मिलेंगे ही जो कि आपसे बेहतर है, लेकिन आज आपको दिया गया है माइक, तो बस आप बाद में जो कहना है ना, सर को जो बोलना है बोले, आपको जो बोलना है बोले, वो बात की बात है। मैडम को बुरा लगा नेक्स्ट टाइम नहीं बुलाएंगे, वो बात की बात है। यू हैव टू बी सेमलेस लाइक दिस। तो यदि आप सेंसिटिव हो जाएंगे तो फिर ये जो है ना ह्यूमन नेचर है कि वो दे स्टार्ट रिस्पॉन्डिंग टू द वाइब्स दैट कम्स टू अस, तो थोड़ा सा वहां पे बेशर्म होना पड़ता है। यू विल इफ यू आर, आप एक चीज देखिए अपने बच्चों में देखिएगा, बच्चे यदि मोडेस्ट आपने बनना सिखा दिया तो हर नए आदमी से बात करने में डर लगता है। मैं एग्जांपल देता हूँ, पर्सनल एग्जांपल देता हूँ आपको, इसी पे क्लोज करूंगा आपके सवाल का। मेरे 2 लड़के हैं, आज से 10 साल पहले की बात है, दोनों मेरे से बड़े अटैच्ड हैं, बड़ा पूछते रहते हैं पापा आप जब कॉलेज में थे तो क्या करते थे, कैसे बदमाशी करते थे। होता है घर में बच्चे बात करते पिताजी से, हम भी कुछ कुछ बोल देते अपना। एक दिन मेरा एक दोस्त आने वाला था, तो बोला कि अच्छा आज आपको दोस्त आ रहे हैं। हम कहा हाँ हाई स्कूल से दोस्त है मेरा। कहा कि आज सारी बात उनसे पूछ लेंगे। हम कहे एकदम परफेक्ट, हमारा भी सारा प्रॉब्लम सॉल्व हो जाएगा, तुमको जो पूछना है पूछ लेना। उस दिन दोस्त आया, मेरे दोनों बच्चे आए, हमने दोनों को इंट्रोड्यूस करवाया कि दोनों मेरे बच्चे हैं, तुमसे कुछ पूछने के लिए बैठे हुए हैं। हम कहते तुम चालू हो जाओ, जो सवाल पूछना है पूछ लो, ये बताना शुरू कर देंगे। हम क्या देखा ऑब्जर्वेशन, 1 मिनट में पहला बड़ा वाला भाग गया, थोड़ा शर्माता है, और 2-4 मिनट में छोटा वाला भी भाग गया, दोनों गायब हो गया। फिर हम अपना दोस्त से गपशप किए, दोस्त चला गया। हम शाम को बुला के पूछेंगे कि बता तेरी पूरी प्लानिंग थी, मन में सवाल भी रहा होगा कि जब आएंगे अंकल आएंगे तुमसे सवाल करेंगे, तो तुम पूछा क्यों तुमसे सवाल। इंटरेस्टिंग जवाब। वो बोला कि अनजान आदमी थे ना तो बात करने में डर लगी। बेसिक थिंग है ना, बचपन से नर्सरिंग होती है। अनजान आदमी था तो बात करने में डर लगी। हमने 2 दिन के बाद में सोच करके बोला उनको कि बेटा तुम घर में थे, तुम्हारा बाप तुम्हारे बगल में बैठा हुआ था, तुम सबसे सेफ जगह पे थे, तब पर भी एक अनजान से डर गए। और जिंदगी में जब तुम घर से बाहर काम करने जाओगे तो खाली अनजान से ही बात करनी पड़ेगी, वहां हम भी नहीं तुम्हारे साथ रहेंगे। डरा क्यों था? तो बात वही है कि आप कभी भी रहे, जब भी कोई अनजान चीज होगा, इट्स ह्यूमन इंपल्स। जिनको आप नहीं जानते हैं, आप में से सबको, हम किसी को नहीं जानते एक्सेप्ट आई थिंक वंस और ट्वाइस आई हर्ड एनीबॉडी। तो वो डर स्वाभाविक प्रक्रिया है, क्योंकि बच्चे में आते तो स्वाभाविक आती है। तो वो तो अभी करप्ट नहीं हुआ है, वो तो अभी हम लोग करप्ट हो सकते हैं, बट वो तो अभी बिल्कुल प्लेन एंड सिंपल है। तो मनुष्य की स्वाभाविक प्रक्रिया है कि आती है, सब में आती है। अब क्या है कि अब शुरुआत करने में, जैसे शुरुआत करने आपने बताया ना, उसमें एक लाइन और बोलता हूं तो क्लोज कर दूंगा कि आपको पहला 5 मिनट दिक्कत होती है, तो पहले 5 मिनट में आप नहीं बोलिए, 5 सवाल पूछ दीजिए, बस बात खत्म। लेट द गाइज स्ट्रगल। आपके पास मौका मिल गया, ब्रीदिंग टाइम मिल गई कि यू कंफर्टेड योरसेल्फ। कुछ होते हैं मंच पे गए, स्टार्ट हो गए, उनको बड़ी ट्रबल होगी, बिकॉज दे हैव टू फिनिश द प्रोग्राम फ्रॉम द राइट फर्स्ट सेकंड टू द लास्ट सेकंड। दिस विल बी मोर प्रिपेयर्ड। यदि हम अंडर प्रिपेयर्ड है, हमको टाइम चाहिए, थोड़ा एक कंडीशन करनी है, तो आप शुरुआत में 2-3 सवाल पूछिए लोगों से, और लोग बोलना शुरू करेंगे, यू विल गेट द पल्स ऑफ द ऑडियंस। ऑडियंस भी थोड़ा सा ओपन अप हो गया, आइस ब्रेक हो गया, एंड देन इट गोज अप। दिस इज आल्सो वन स्टाइल। समटाइम्स ऐसे भी करते हैं, समटाइम्स माइक मिला और चालू हो गया, ऐसे भी करते हैं। तो द वे यू फील कंफर्टेबल उससे।
Thank you, sir.
Can I just give a small input here? We are getting trained by you, but just a small input here. So abhi tak ke, for past 2 months, I have been into this. I've learned one small thing. Sharing your own experience helps a lot. Like abhi you shared about your own experience. So this pulls the audience towards you. And if your own honest, I am emphasizing on the word honest, experience is a little on the sad side, the audience is more connected, what I have felt throughout. So I would just add here that adding one experience or anything about your own self gets a lot of audience attraction.
मेरा यहाँ पे 2-3 मेरा अपना ऑब्जर्वेशन है, आई विल नॉट से ओपिनियन है, ऑब्जर्वेशन है। जैसे सबके अपने अपने स्टाइल होते हैं ना, आई आस्क स्पेशली अबाउट यू कि आपका स्टाइल क्या है, वैसे आप पूछिए कि आपका स्टाइल क्या है, तो मेरा एक अपना तरीका है जिससे हम समझते हैं कि आई एम मोर कंफर्टेबल। मेरे यहाँ पे ऑब्जर्वेशन है, आपका ऐसा ऑडियंस जो कि रिएक्टिव हो, कॉम्पिटिटिव हो आपके साथ में ना, वहां पे पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस शेयर नहीं करने चाहिए। जो रिएक्टिव और कॉम्पिटिटिव क्राउड होता है ना, द मोमेंट यू स्टार्ट टेलिंग अबाउट योरसेल्फ, तो बोलता है अच्छा इन्होंने अपने ब्रांडिंग बनानी शुरू कर दी, ये अपने बारे में बताते हैं। जहां पे क्राउड आपसे डोसाइल हो, आपसे मिलजुल के बात करना चाहता है, सीखना चाहता है, उसका मन स्थिति है कि वो सीखने आया है, वहां पे पर्सनल एक्सपीरियंस, आपके अनुभव बड़े काउंट करते हैं, बड़े मैटर करते हैं। लेकिन कॉर्पोरेट में जब आप कंपीट करते हैं, खासकर कॉर्पोरेट वर्ल्ड इज ऑल अबाउट कंपीट, है ना। जैसे आप कॉलेज में जाते हैं तो कॉलेज का अलग ऑडियंस है, या फिर आप एनजीओ के लिए जाते हैं, बिल्कुल अलग ऑडियंस है। वो ऑडियंस बड़ा प्लेसिड होता है, सुनने की मुद्रा में आता है, उसको पता है यहाँ पे कुछ सीखने आया है। कॉर्पोरेट में तो आया है कि सब आप बोलेंगे तो आपका जो नजर है बोलेगा कि अच्छा सेल्स बढ़ेगा कि नहीं बढ़ेगा, सर बताइए, आपको तो बुलाया है, आप बताइए। सो वहां पे ब्रांडिंग किसकी करनी है वो बहुत जरूरी है। तो आई थिंक वहां पे मेरे समझ से थोड़ा सा पर्सनल ब्रांडिंग को पीछे रखना चाहिए। जैसे हमारे साथ में 2-3 हमारे कुलीग थे जो कि दे आर आल्सो वेरी कैपेबल स्पीकर, बहुत अच्छा कर रहे हैं वो भी। एक किशन शर्मा करके राजस्थान के हैं, फैंटास्टिक स्टोरी टेलर। कोई सा भी प्रॉब्लम हो, तुलसीदास कबीरदास से शुरू करते थे, कबीरदास तुलसीदास से खत्म करते हैं, है ना, उनका अलग स्टाइल था। बाद में महसूस किया कि लोग ऐसा बोलना शुरू कर दिए, अरे क्या है, वो आएंगे कहानी सुनाएंगे। He is such a great understanding of macroeconomics, capital market, finance, कितनी अच्छी पकड़ उनकी है, himself is a masters in economics। लेकिन उन्होंने जो कोई ब्रांड बनाया जहां पे कि बहुत इजी, कूल, स्टोरी टेलिंग, परसुएसिव जैसा बनाया ब्रांड ना, तो एक कॉम्पिटिटिव कॉर्पोरेट क्राउड में ना उनको लोग डिस्क्रेडिट कर दिया, कहा नहीं सर वो तो खाली स्टोरी सुनाते हैं। हमने कहा सुना भी कभी उनका स्टोरी की नहीं, कहा क्या सुनेंगे सर, वही उनका। तो आई मीन मेरा कहना ये है कि जैसे आपने बोला ना कि हम 3 प्रोग्राम किए, 3 अपना डिफरेंट स्टाइल्स अपने किए, ये इनोवेशन कस्टमाइजेशन इज मोस्ट एसेंशियल। और पर्सनल ब्रांडिंग वही करें जहां पे कि सुनने के लिए तैयार हो। नहीं तो आदमी अपना सुनाना चाहता है, दूसरे का सुनना नहीं चाहता है। नहीं, जैसे अभी हमको बोलने का मौका मिला, हमको इतनी खुशी आ रही है कि अभी आप 2 घंटा और कीजिए प्रोग्राम। मेरा प्रोग्राम अभी नहीं 2 बजे से है, 2 बजे तक बिठा रहे कोई दिक्कत नहीं, बिकॉज आई एम गेटिंग क्राउड, नोबडी हियर्स मी इन माय हाउस, एटलीस्ट समबडी इज हियरिंग मी इन माय हाउस। तो एक ये सेंस आया, चालू हो गया। तो होता क्या है कि यदि आप बोलना शुरू कर देंगे, बोलेगा छोटा छोटा सवाल हमको बोलने तो एक फील आती है, कॉम्पिटिटिवनेस आती है। तो थोड़ा सा ये सेलेक्टिवनेस होना चाहिए स्पीकर को कि, लेकिन हाँ यदि एक्सपीरियंस सही हो और अच्छे हो और आप ट्रुथफुल हैं तो इट मेक्स अ ह्यूज इंपैक्ट। इसमें
सर
यस
सर ऑडियंस सुनने में तब ज्यादा इंटरेस्टेड होती है जब उसको मन में ये लगता है कि ये तो बिल्कुल वही बात कह रहे हैं जो मैं सोच रहा था, एग्जैक्ट उन्होंने वही चीज बोल दिया है। वो ज्यादा उससे इंटरेस्टेड होती है फिर सुनने के।
एग्रीड। कंटेंट वाले प्रोग्राम में, हम आपको इंटरप्ट कर दिया, बोलने पूरा नहीं दिया, कंटेंट रिच प्रोग्राम में ये आपको सुविधा जरूर मिलेगी कि सरकार ने जो रेगुलेशन बना दिया है, या तो अच्छा बोलेंगे चाहे आप खराब बोलेंगे, उसे एक्सप्लेन करेंगे आप। लेकिन जब आप मार्केटिंग के प्रोग्राम में जाएंगे, कंटेंट रिच प्रोग्राम बिल्कुल अलग डायमेंशन पे होती है। उसमें आप मनी मार्केट इंस्ट्रूमेंट को नहीं बोल सकते, 1 साल से ऊपर का इंस्ट्रूमेंट होता है। तो कंटेंट रिच प्रोग्राम में आपको ये बहुत कंफर्ट मिलेगा कि आपके पास एक सेट स्केल है, उस स्केल के बीच में आपका भी माइंडसेट काम कर रहा है, सुनने वाले का भी माइंडसेट काम कर रहा है, फ्रीक्वेंसी मैच इज वेरी फास्ट। लेकिन जब आप मार्केटिंग के प्रोग्राम में जाएंगे जहां पे कि इन रिजल्ट है ट्रांसलेशन इनटू वैल्यू, आपको म्यूचुअल फंड बुला के लेके जाती है प्रोग्राम करवाने के लिए, एनआईएसएम की ट्रेनिंग, पीएमएस की ट्रेनिंग के लिए, तो इसलिए नहीं आती कि एग्जाम पास करवाना है, इसलिए जाती है कि वो 10 एसआईपी कल को बेच के लाके देगा कंपनी को। तो जहां पे ये सेंस होती है इन प्रोडक्ट इज समथिंग व्हिच इज वैल्यूएशन, वहां पे तो आपको ये बोलने का तरीका सीखना पड़ेगा या सिखाना पड़ेगा कि कैसे कोई चीज जो कि डिफिकल्ट है वो करे वो, नहीं तो नोबडी वांट्स टू डू सेल्स। अधिकतर प्रोग्राम जो आपको मिलेंगे जहां पे कि ज्यादा पैसा मिलता है, टू बी वेरी फेयर विथ यू, वो होगा सेल्स प्रोग्राम। जहां पे आप नॉलेज सिखा के आते हैं वहां पैसा कम मिलेगा। नाउ यू विल से व्हाई यू आर पुटिंग मनी इनटू द डिस्कशन, बिकॉज़ मनी मैटर्स। नहीं, अभी हमको नहीं मालूम, आप लोग बड़े आदमी तो आप लोग बताएंगे, बट एक्चुअली किक कम्स समटाइम्स फ्रॉम द मनी आल्सो। सेल्स प्रोग्राम में यू विल गेट 3 times, 4 times, 5 times, 10 times of what you are getting into the content oriented प्रोग्राम। लेकिन सेल्स प्रोग्राम में आपको वो बातें बोलनी पड़ेगी प्यार से, चुभा करके, बता करके, जो उनको सुनना नहीं पसंद है। नहीं, तो ये डिस्टिंक्शन करना पड़ेगा, ये इनोवेशन कस्टमाइजेशन आपको उस वक्त की डिजाइन करनी पड़ेगी।
Okay, I guess everybody has discussed a lot about a lot of things, and I hope everyone's question got answered. So if nobody has anything else to speak, maybe we can wind up, and maybe we'll meet next time again for the trainer meeting.
Before we close, we should have Arun sir, who is quite senior. So let us listen something from Arun sir also.
Sure, sure. Arun sir, can we have some lines from you? Something from you?
Yeah. It was very, very educative, because as far as my personal experience of delivering something is concerned, it was more of a young officers where I am delivering lecture as an instructor. Yes, I do have experience of a few student officers coming with the prior preparation to put me in trouble while I am standing. And as Sarath sir said earlier, that first few lectures, your legs may be shivering, you may be just not able to get the words what you are going to use because of that unknown fear. That there the fear used to be what question may come from these unguided missiles. Here that may not be same, except in the few gatherings where a lot of experts are sitting, as Sarath sir said. So it's a different ball game altogether. Yes, crowd has to be engaged. You have to say the things where they are at least listening to you for more than 75% of the time. 25% they will be in their own self, but at least 75% if they are listening to you and you are able to connect with them, even with slightly less knowledge of the subject, what you know, connecting to that much also may be able to help, and you may be getting success in that particular field. But today's this thing was very, very useful with the tips, especially that ending has to be more powerful. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for the closing statement of yours. It was really nice listening to you. I think before we close, we can hear something from Jignesh or Yug. Jignesh, Yug, आप में से कोई available है? I guess.
Hello. Hi,
Yeah.
Sonali.
Hi, Jignesh. How was your experience of this?
अच्छा था, बहुत सारी बातें मतलब नई जानने को मिली, और एक जो आकाश भैया ने जो बताया उनका जो एक्सपीरियंस था कि स्टेज पे जाते हैं तो मतलब वो क्या है कि वो 2-3 मतलब ऐसे बंदे मिलते हैं कि जो मतलब आपको मतलब वो प्रॉब्लम ही क्रिएट करेंगे, और उसकी वजह से जो आप मतलब वो जो जो प्रेजेंट करना चाहते हैं वो उस तरीके से नहीं कर सकते जैसे आप करना चाहते हैं। तो मतलब वो थोड़ा प्रॉब्लम होता है, पर सर ने जैसे बताया कि आपको मतलब अपने आप से ही वो करना पड़ेगा कंट्रोल, और अपने माइंड को मतलब वो फोकस करके वो मतलब आगे बढ़ना पड़ेगा। तो वो अच्छा था, मतलब अच्छा रहा मैडम ओवरऑल।
Okay. Thank you so much. We hope that this will help you also in your future programs and everything. So,
Yes,
Praveen sir, if this is all from us, we can close maybe.
Yeah, I think we can close. Thank you very much. I think Sanath ji, Arun ji के inputs बहुत important थे. We look forward to meeting soon. In the next couple of days, I will fix up an appointment and we will meet up in Delhi. And thanks a lot. I think everyone, it's was a very, very enriching session. I'm sure everybody. And you can certainly share your feedback later on also. You all will have Sonali's number in case anything you feel which cannot be shared publicly, you can privately also share. So thanks a lot. We can close the session today. Thank you. Namaskar, Savita.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you everyone for joining in. Thank you, Sanath sir, for delivering such a beautiful session. Thank you. Have a good day.
Thank you.